and lie. Truth and lie. Man, what's up, y'all? Lie and truth and lie. I heard that shit, man, I was like, that's crazy. That's the type of reality we live in. We live in them lying truths and them lie realities. Where a nigga tell you a lie one minute and then tell you the truth the next. It's like a game. Which one do you believe? Is that person trustworthy afterwards? Man, it's semantics. People be playing games with us. Can't be trusting these peoples. You know, I did pretty good in school. I even went to college a little bit. Till I realized I ain't need that shit no more. Broke off and went start making it another way. But while I was in there, I learned about history. It's pretty good. I was a good history buff. Yeah. Learned all about the slave and the trade and the United and the States. Yeah. Guess what? Lie and truth and a lie. That's what it was. It dawned on me, man, when I was listening to that lie and truth and I can't remember who said that shit. But it's the same thing. In society, we have people that tell lies. But in order to be credible, they tell truths. So, how do you test the spirit? Question everything a person says. Question everything. Don't let nothing pass without you saying, is that shit real? And look, even if they bring you proof, question the proof. We gotta be able to question everything with a skeptical outlook. You know what? Politicians don't like when you're a skeptic, when you question everything they say. You know why? Because they're great with numbers, they're great with history, and they're great with lying. And see, the entire slave and trade and United and States was a lie. But they did tell us one truth, though, that America was prosperous before anybody came here discovering it. It was already prosperous. It was the land of milk and honey. The people that were here had governments, had buildings, had societies. They didn't need no fucking Abraham Lincoln and George Washington and Columbo Christopher to come out in this bitch and change anything to make their America great again. See, that's the shit that we be falling for. We fall for that bullshit about how people change things. Man, people ain't changed nothing. Societies were here before the people were even here. That's the thing you gotta understand. Anytime somebody shows you a picture of somebody walking around with leaves or skins around their genitals and shit, they lying. They're lying. Nobody ever walked around with shit like that on. If we had the gumption to create clothing, why would we create it in a primitive way? It's not like creation has to wait for somebody to get smarter. Creation just is. If I'm gonna create something and I have all the tools and the materials, I'm gonna create it the best I can. And it's gonna look and feel great. Why would we walk around with some dead animal skins on, uncured now, like we just pulled them off the backs of the fucking animals? That doesn't make sense. Same thing with these people walking around here, talking about we wore feathers and fringes. You know what a fringe is? It's a tearing cloth. It's not even a fucking design. It's just tearing some shit. It's like if you fall down on the ground and you scuff the knees of your jeans. That's fringes. Get the hell out of here. Nobody wore that shit. All these fake ass people walking around with these feathers on, talking about some they tribesmen and tribe. and chiefs and shit. They fake, y'all. They fake, and y'all falling for it too, envying these people. Who the fuck want to wear some mangy ass feathers all day? Who the fuck want to wear some tick filled ass fucking skins? Ain't nobody wearing that shit. Indians is a lie, and fucking colonizers is a lie. All that shit is a lie. The shit that they're not telling you is the truth. It's the shit that's questionable. And see, this is why it's so helpful to be a skeptic. Check this shit out. If you came here and discovered me wearing skins, but you didn't even know how to plant some fucking corn, what kind of person believes that you're advanced in technology and wearing clothing has achieved a certain level, but not in agriculture? Lie. See, and if there's one lie in the story, guess what? The whole story's a lie. And this is what people don't want to fucking face. Face the facts. When you find one lie in a story, you can't believe the entire thing. I don't give a fuck if some of it is true. It's a lie. And this is what they don't want to understand. America was never primitive. America was never colonized. And the Indians, right, were pilgrims on a pilgrimage. That's what they were. See, I don't understand why people don't understand this. You're a pilgrim, and after your pilgrim ends, you're an Indian. See, pilgrim, walking around, carrying all my goods with me, following the animals, trying to find myself because I don't have an identity. And then, when I want to fucking end it, because I feel like I've gone as far as I could go, let's end the end. See? I don't understand people, man. These people that they talking about, the pilgrims and the Indians, are the same people. America was never primitive. When they came here, them damn Capitol buildings that's located in each state was here. That shit was here. Those were ours. See, these buildings were flags. These were locations identified for some type of reason. I guarantee each one of these Capitol buildings are on top of giant caches of minerals, oils, and water. These are like epicenters. You know, when you throw a rock in a pond and the ripples go away from it. That's what these Capitol buildings are. But if people don't look, they'll never find out. Why do you think they're so heavily guarded? Ain't no politicians working there or living there. They work there. That means they leave their homes and go to these places. That's why they hang out every day. Why they gotta guard them? I thought these were public locations. Why can't you fly planes over the major Capitol buildings? Why can't you dig up under them? Man, I'm telling you, these are questions that people need to be asking, and they'll find out. The Americans, in my opinion, that were already here and didn't have to fight and force anybody to do anything. So what does that mean? If they didn't have to fight and force anybody to do anything, that means that they had rights, right? They didn't have rights because somebody came along and wrote a fucking constitution. These were rights that were ordained by their creator. The same creator that gave them common sense and let them know where they were in society. Check it out. In the grand scheme of things, whether you believe in God or not, there's a hierarchy. See? On the lowest level of this hierarchy are children. And this is why it's so important. This is why they say in certain religions, I'm not going to name them, that the meek will inherit the earth. Because on the lowest level of the hierarchy, there's children. Now let me break this down to you. Going in reverse, you got children, women, animals, angels, men, and God. Now, why is that significant? Because you need to understand how society works. See? Nothing that we have today came from some type of magic, came from some type of science. They all came from hard work and freaking perseverance. Hard work and perseverance. Everything we got, from the pencil all the way up to the freaking skyscraper, all came from hard work and perseverance. Now, if you look at who works the hardest in society, man. Man works the hardest. Okay? Now, why would angels come before the animals, but the animals come before women and children? See, another thing you got to understand. You wouldn't be able to sustain a livelihood without the animals. So the animals gave a great importance in this hierarchy. But the angels came before the animals. So that means that the angels were least important in man, but greater importance to women and children and animals. So what are the angels? They're not no flying little people with wings on their back that go to heaven and shit. No, these are living, breathing people walking around this bitch. To this day, we have angels. Now, back when I was a little kid, we had a group of people that were called the guardian angels. I know you guys remember this. And this whole little group that became nationwide at one time was actually a group that was spoken of in these freaking religions. You see what I'm saying? In the Hindu religion, they might have been called the Magi. Okay? In the Christian religion, they were called, of course, the angels. In the Muslim religion, they're called the cherub. Same thing with the Israelite religion, the cherubs. Now, these were people with exceptional knowledge and understanding. You know why? Because they had to fear that people, if found out what their role is in society, would banish them. Now, think about this. If somebody's an angel and they have the ability to do certain things that you didn't know they could do, but they were under the hospice or under the control by a human, you know what that would be called? A minion. A minion. See, if we had police officers, right? Let's just look at this like this. If we had police officers that didn't work for the state, worked for themselves and their community, what would we call that? See, and they make up names for these people. If we had police officers that didn't work for the state, but they did the same thing that the state police did, guess what they would call them? Vigilantes. See? Still doing the same job, still upholding the same rules, but since they don't work for the state, they're considered what? Vigilantes. They're considered people that take the law into their own hands. Wow, why is that crazy like that? Why is that so significant? Well, because it is. Even though these people that call themselves police officers work for the state, they're still individuals. They're still taking the law into their own hands. So they are considered the same thing. But the only thing that gives them the right and the exclusion to do that is the fact that they're not an individual. That they're not considered an individual. They're considered a force. That's why they call police force. Now, when individuals do that, they have to have an individual title. And if it's not force or enforcement, it's vigilante. Yeah. It's lone gunman. It's all these other names. So this is why angels were so important. Because angels are still in society today. They work under what they call the civil service. They work, these are angels. This is what we don't understand. And this is why we can't recognize how to label these people, where they come from. If you ever look at a police officer's badge, right? Some of them will have wings on them. Some of them will have birds on them too and shit. That's the identifying marker of a civil servant. Now let's look at some other civil servants that have the same thing on their badges, but they don't wear them. Nurses and doctors. Look at the caduceus for the doctors. Have wings and birds on them. Some of them got snakes on them too as well. These are angels. These are the people that are in society that have great knowledge that fall up under the control of man. Now, why do I keep saying man? Like that has some association with us. It doesn't. The whole staple or the whole label of man is some type of being that doesn't consider himself derived from men. Yeah, I said it didn't derive from men. A man is an animal, a special type of animal that doesn't have wings but have the authority over all the other animals. That's the animal that men created. Men created man. And that's why all of these super soul brother black activists that believe in the creation of the caucus of the Caucasians say that we created them. This is that religion that they fall up under to where they know that society have these things in it, but they're not going to tell you how. Believe it or not, every race of people have these divisions. They have these divisions. But what's so funny about it is that we know about it, but can't put it all together. That's what's so funny about it. We know about it, but we can't put it all together. And the reason why we can't put it together is because we don't want to know the truth. The truth is this, in my opinion, is that nobody's going to save you in this place. Nobody's going to make it better for you. And if they do, they have some ulterior motive. They have something that they're after. Nobody's going to save you but you. When a child gets old enough to take care of themselves, guess what their whole priority is? Selfish. Their whole priority is selfish. It doesn't matter how good the parent was to the child. The child wants to take care of himself. He wants to own his own. And that's the way life is. So nobody's going to take care of you. Nobody's going to take care of any of your issues besides you. And if we allow these stupid ass people that keep calling themselves Indians to keep telling us what's what, we're going to keep falling into these traps. No Indian in America have any privileges over an American. None of them. They don't even have privileges over a U.S. citizen. And the hard thing about that is a U.S. citizen is a new additive into the American system. We're not talking about something or somebody that's been here from the start. No, we're talking about somebody that just got here, that's claiming something because they were born here or they were brought here. That's the only way these people can get here is if they were born here, if they were brought here. And it's like it's backwards. If they were brought here and they were born here, that's how it works. But the Indians ain't got no more authority than these people. The people that have the true authority are the original Americans. That's why their identities are so hidden. That's why they hide this stuff from us. If you can hide the fact that you're, I don't know, the owner of a car and you don't have no transportation, as soon as you find out that you're the owner of that car, the first thing you're going to do is try to utilize it. Same thing with the Americans. If they can hide the fact that you're the owners of this land, as soon as you find out that you are the owner, you're going to try to occupy the land. Now, why is this important? Because you know that we have more public land, American public land, than anything in this country. Same thing in Canada and South America. We don't realize that all this land that's unoccupied in Canada and in South America actually belongs to the American public. Why do you think you can go to these countries, North America, South America, without having to have to show any type of foreign documentation like a passport or anything like that. You don't have to show a passport to go to South America or Canada as an American. You don't have to show any of that shit because you're already certified. And the reason why we're certified is because we have what we call birth certificates. And these things right here, birth certificates, it's not the paper. It's actually the fact that we have already been identified. But they want you to think that it's the paper. We play the game because guess what? We want all levels to be on the same, we want everything to be on the same level. Everything. Whether you just got here or you born here and you a citizen, we want the playing field to be the same with us. Since we're Americans, we want you to have the same chances as us. You know why? Because it's the competition. See, and this is why Americans are so virtuous. And they don't care if people have an advantage over them or not, because that virtue is what's going to take us, past the limits that the average person ain't going to have. When somebody comes here as a foreigner, they're automatically given the same privileges as the Americans that are already here. Why? Because we can prevail no matter what. So what, you come here and we give you a shitload of money and give you all these privileges. Are you going to be able to survive? No, half of them can't. Half of them can't. If you know an American that ain't striving and making a good life for themselves, you have met an anomaly. Because these people that can't survive, they are the foreigners. When you can't survive in a free system and you're always complaining you ain't got enough, then you are a failure as an American. You're not an American. You're a citizen. You're just a visitor. You need to go back to where you can survive at. You need to go back to where what you're doing is able to take you and make you successful. Here in America, that's not the case. Because if people that are handicapped and retarded and shit, if they can make a living for themselves and make a life for themselves here in America, anybody can. And there's people that's like that. You got people that are blind, that live by themselves, that live a comfortable life. And if ain't nobody fucking with them, they can live long, healthy, happy lives. But we got people that come here or that's been here that can't survive on their own. And that's not because they're being held back. It's because they have some innate, something inside of them that's prohibiting them from being successful. That's what it is. And success ain't making millions of dollars. Success is just being happy and content. And we got a lot of motherfuckers that's like that. Anytime you got somebody that steals to make a living, they uncontent. That means that they don't belong in the same society as you. That means that they not like you. I don't give a fuck if they your relative or what. They not. So these are the things that you should be looking at when you're deciding on who you should and shouldn't tribe up with. I don't see why people tribe up anyway. You know, tribe means herd. You see what I'm saying? Tribe is a herd. A herd of what? Animals. See, and that's what puts these men or man above you. See, because you want to tribe up. What do you do when you got a bunch of animals? If they ain't breeding, making some type of product, or dying for your pleasure, guess what they are? They just pawns to move wherever you want to move them. That's why you got shepherds to go out there and push them around the fields and shit. We don't want you eating over here today. Let's go ahead and move you over here so you can eat over there. See, and look, if you haven't paid attention, that's the same things that happen to the what? The Indian tribes, right? The Trail of Tears, they like this virtue signal off of that shit. The Trail of Tears, they mean all my ancestors walk thousands of miles. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's all lies. These people are liars. When you in a tribe, you in a herd of animals. And you get treated as such, like a bunch of animals. When you shit and piss all over the place and you don't care where you do it at, that's an animal. And that's what these people are doing. I can't believe black people are infatuated with that lifestyle and are envious of these people. These people don't give a fuck where they lay their head at. They don't give a fuck who is in control of it. But we look at they got casinos and yeah, they don't have to pay taxes and they this and they that. Man, y'all retarded, bro. These are animals. These people behave like animals. They have to be herded off and have an area reserved for them and shit. And you look at their casinos and you think that they have it better than you, but then they don't, because guess what? That's all they can produce. Let people today stop fucking gambling their money away, and the casinos are broke. Okay. Let them stop today, and they broke. If there's nobody gambling in the casino, how they gonna make revenue? They can be tax-free all you want. They still got to pay for them fucking lights. See, they still got to pay for that water. You know what I'm saying? They still got to pay for everything they had to pay for when you was going to their casino. Try it. And guess what? The largest number of people that's attending these fucking casinos are the same people complaining that they are those people. If you're those people, how many Indians when you go to these casinos you see up in there gambling? You wouldn't see one of them motherfucking Indians up in there gambling their money in their own casino. You know why? Because they know it's a rip-off. They know it's a rip-off. You don't see no Indians going to Vegas and fucking gambling. It's not because they got their own casino they can gamble there, because we know they don't gamble in their own casinos. Indians don't gamble. You know why? Because it's a rip-off. If we decide we don't want to gamble at these casinos today, these motherfuckers will go bankrupt in the end of the year. And see, this is why they want you in herds. This is why they want you in tribes. To follow the leader. See, have that herd mentality. If you become an individual and you start thinking for yourself, you wouldn't be able to get caught up in this stupid shit that they be putting us through. You wanna change the dynamic on the Native Americans and the Americans? Guess what? Stop going to their casinos. Stop going to their casinos. Boycott their casinos. And guess what? They'll run out of money by the end of the year. And you'll really see the people that you're envying. You'll really see who you're trying to say you are. When these people lose the ability to manipulate you, because they're the ones that's manipulating you, man, who do you think put the idea that black people of America were Indians into the black people's heads? The Indians? The Indians? It's the oldest fucking reverse psychology trick in the world. See, because if the Indians made you feel like they are better than you, then they become something desirable. And guess what? When they become desirable, they become popular. When they become popular, guess what? People are always thinking about them. They know that there's a power in it. See, just like black people, we have a power in us too. We change music, we change style, we change the way people live their lives. And it's not even a good change. It's a bullshit ass change. We made it popular to be dumb. Black people made it popular to be dumb. Imagine if we made it popular to be individuals, to be smart. Man, we wouldn't have to worry about shit. We wouldn't have to worry about shit. Nah, but these people got us chasing them. They got black people chasing Indian tribes, Indian herds. That's what they are, herds. You just another animal in their herd that one person, a shepherd, what we call a chief, gets to guide you around, tell you what's what. And then we envying a damn bingo. Man, look, casinos ain't nothing but glorified bingo halls. Guess what bingos are? Bingos ain't nothing but counting numbers. That's all it is. We did that shit back in the day. We had the market cornered on counting numbers. What happened, black people? They made it unpopular. Guess how they made it unpopular? They created the legal lottery system and made it unpopular. So black people backed away. They was like, well, they got more money in their system, so ours is kind of obsolete. We got more people going to the American lottery system than we are with our numbers game that we have in the hood. And we was making millions in the hood with numbers, running numbers. But guess what? After they got everybody out of the numbers game into the lottery game, then they opened the door for casinos. And see, we don't even see it. So who started this shit? Who started this shit? See, we look at the Indians like they disenfranchised. These motherfuckers are not, man. We don't even see that they're major manipulators. They moved in and took a place in society, and they're not even the real motherfuckers from the society. They took a place in society, and they changed the entire dynamic. See, they were pilgrims until they realized we no longer have to wonder no more. We are here. We are in the land of milk and honey. These people have already started the foundation for us. All we have to do is claim it. And that's what they did. They claimed it. They got us thinking that it was weird. It was suspect. It was stupid to be proud of your heritage. See? And when they got enough of us to think that, then they started saying, well, if you don't want to be proud of yourself, who do you want to be proud of? And we did. We changed. We started being proud of other people. Who wants to be proud of a motherfucker running and dancing around a fire with some skins on and some feathers? That's some crazy shit. You mean to tell me you want to get rid of your denim jeans, your two-piece suits, your three-piece suits, your hats, your dress shoes, and you want to take it off and become a damn savage? You want to wear skins and furs and motherfucking feathers? Y'all crazy, man. This whole Indian thing is a fad gone bad, man. It's a fad. It's like they want to be Halloween every day. And these people walking around talking about we have a culture, this is our blood. We've been doing this for centuries. You're a fucking lie. You people didn't even exist 700 years ago. How the fuck did y'all been doing this for centuries? Where? Where? In what country? 700 years ago, none of this shit ever existed. As a matter of fact, 75 years ago, it didn't exist. Everything you look back on 75 years ago about the Native Americans was all Hollywood. It was all fabricated. Even the people they had pretending to be Indians turned out to be Italians and Jews. This is a damn shame that we ain't got it yet. We just don't realize that they've been playing a joke on us this entire time. They've been playing a joke on us this entire time. So you know what? To add a little bit of pizzazz and flavor to it, let's go ahead and create the Pan-African movement so they can compete with one another. Instead, look, they just did totally, before the Pan-African movement, you know what it was? It was the American and the Native American movement. See, and we don't even realize that. The American and the Native American movement was the first two that were clashing. Now, they done got rid of the American movement. Now it's Pan-African and Indian movement. Y'all don't see this shit? Y'all don't see this shit. They done totally got your eyes off the prize. The prize is being an American. Knowing that you own this shit and then trying to take advantage of it. You can go out there and buy land all you want. You can go out there and create a corporation all you want. But you are fighting against the system that your people created, which is all of that shit's taken care of for you. Why do you want to go out there and create a cog when the cog is already created by the foreigners? See? They got you thinking that you want to serve something that you don't have to serve. I don't want to go out there and create no car. I don't want to go out there and create no new way to develop fucking metals, to create some type of new device that's going to bring technology to the world. I don't want to go and create that shit. We got people doing that for us. So what does that make us? The recipients, the benefactors of all of that shit. See? How we don't create shit, but we spend the majority of the money in America. How do black people, who is supposed to be 14% of the population, right, spend $387 billion. $387 billion. How is that possible? See, they're not telling you that. It's not our duty to create stuff, black people. It ain't our duty. It's our duty to benefit from it. And this is the shit that they telling us. People come to America to build shit so they can sell it to us. What does that make us? That makes us the purchaser, right? Which makes us the primary. So if we ain't creating it, we buying it from the people that do create it. So that makes them what? The servant. They not benefit from it other than having to create more shit to make us want to buy it. That's it. They'll have to work for the rest of their life to get to the point where we're at already. And this is the shit that I don't understand. Instead of having pride and ownership in your shit, you trying to claim what they are. Stop it, black people. Y'all not Indians. We ain't Indians. We Americans. The Indians is the people that's manipulating you to make you think that they're better than you. Wearing skins and feathers and shit. They gotta store that shit in mothballs, man. If not, it'll be attacked by bugs and insects and shit. Wearing skins around your genitals. Try to wear some furs around your genitals to see how irritated your shit'll be. Man, humans ain't do that shit. Not real ones. Animals do that shit. Animals roll around in their kills blood so they can smell like they savage and shit. Animals don't take baths for a long period of time. That's what animals do. Animals live outside in makeshift structures like fucking beaver dens and shit. You know, animals do that. Not us. We build our house. We have people build our houses for us. We want to live indoors where we have luxuries. Animals want to live outside. Nigga, I'm not in the dishwasher, nigga. I'm on a treadmill. I'm moving. This is where I do my best thinking. And see, that's a silly nigga for you. That's a silly nigga. Instead of listening to what I'm saying, paying attention to all kind of bullshit other than that. It ain't in what's going on around me. It's in what I'm saying. You can prove all this shit I'm saying if you just pay attention to what you're looking at. Fake ass Indians, fake ass Americans. They working together to get your dumb ass off your step, off your freaking box. Talking about these laws and shit, man, you shouldn't be participating in any laws. If you do what you're supposed to do, you wouldn't have to worry about participating in laws and going to court and dealing with these people. This shit ain't set up for us, it's set up for them. That's why they fare better in this system than we do. See, it's when we decide that we want to participate in this shit. See, when we want to make it so other people can control what we do, that's good. Keep on doing that shit. You'll see where you end up. You're going to have a hard-ass life. And when you're about to die, you'll look back on this shit and say, I could have avoided all of that shit. I could have avoided all that shit. Yeah, when you laying there on your deathbed and they talking about your life flashing before your eyes, you gonna realize you could have avoided all of this shit. All of it. All of it. See, they want you to think that a quick dollar is the best way to go, man. Money is like a virus. The more you take it in, the sicker you become. Look at Puffy, bitch ass. Look at Puffy. Look at all of these guys. You're a billionaire, and you can't control your own dick? You're a billionaire. You done mastered the ability to make money at will, but you can't control your sexuality. That's weak, man. That's an animal for you. Money released the animal. See? Instead of holding on to all that money and piling it up so you can say you reached a certain pinnacle. Because see, that's that shit that people get when they get so rich. They start feeling like they can't do without it. See, it's like a sickness. I can't remember what it was. They used to have fairy tales about this shit. Like the Midas touch. The motherfucker wanted to be so rich, he had his hands turned into gold machines. Everything he touched turned to gold. Until he turned what he most treasured in life into gold and realized it. Oh shit, I just not turned my wife and all my kids into gold. That nigga wanted to die afterwards. See, so it's not the money. It's what you do with it. A billionaire can give away $1 million every year and still be a billionaire. He can give away $1 billion. He can give away $1 million every year and still be a billionaire. See? But these guys think that they are chosen. You're not chosen. You're just like, see, Puffy forgot that he just like you and me. He started thinking that he was the master. He was the creator. And guess what? He created himself a world where now he's considered an animal. Just like the animals he's supposed to be over. He's considered an animal. And with that said, I'm going to let y'all think about that shit, because if you didn't think about it, then there wouldn't be no reason to say it. And Rel, you need to think about it for sure. Tell me some, who put me in the, you crazy as hell. Who put me in the dishwasher? You crazy as hell, boy. Yeah, you crazy as hell. But anyway, peace to you. Salute to the real ones. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank them people that hit the like button. Hey, if you came in here and you didn't hit the like button, guess what? You just cursed yourself, motherfucker. Next time you're going to hit that like button without me even saying nothing. So hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.